Today's the Bee Cave happy hour at the Sawgrass.
What's going on, everybody? I'm going to add some more people in here. Give me a second. Glad to see you all here. Let's get it going. About to go live on YouTube as well. We have a lot of new people in here. I know most of our people that join are part of our partnership already. So I'm glad to see some new people here that want to grow their business. I'm going to get this one going. I'll just add people on as they come in because I got about an hour. But we're going to get this one interactive a little bit. I'm going to ask you guys some questions. I know we've been talking about for the longest with our partners, who we should hire first once we're getting into scaling the business. But I'm going to dive into really what helped me grow my business, and that's really the story behind, why you get into entrepreneurship. Why do we all get into entrepreneurship? It's basically to create time freedom, to create a lot of money for our family for years and years to come. It's not all about us. And that's, for me, that's what it was. It was to create a generational organization that could pay for things for many, many years to come, for my kids' kids and their kids. So start thinking about your why. Obviously, that's what everybody always talks about. But for me, I had my grandparents as I was growing up. I saw them having an awesome commercial cleaning business. So I was thinking about the other day, like what made me want to move forward with the cleaning business. And really, it opened my eyes when I started thinking about it really, really in detail, because it really came from my upcoming. So I want to just be that person for you guys. If you're just getting started, if you have an idea to create a crazy successful service business like a cleaning company, which, to me at the time, whenever I was 21 years old, whenever I was deciding to do it, was like, man, should I do this? This is pretty crazy because this is something that I don't even know about. Honestly, I don't know much about it. I know that I want to create a business, but at the end of the day, I was going to be an engineer. And my little story is, my backstory is I was playing soccer full time. I was going to college. I got a full ride to Centennial in Louisiana. It was a D2 college. I played soccer there, and then I went to Fort Worth, and, I was starting to decide and seeing people above me. I was always watching the people that were ahead of me because I wanted to see, what are they doing? And the guys that were really good at soccer, they were starting to figure out, what they were doing next. And a lot of them weren't continually doing soccer because they knew it wasn't going to pay unless they got to the next level to where, you're in a different country, you're playing with Neymar or Cristiano Ronaldo. But like the guys that were going to MLS and going to these other successful teams, they were making like $200,000-$300,000 a year. That's soccer in the U.S. is not something that could support some big goals. Honestly, if you're trying to have a big family or take care of your family, it's a lot of it's a lot of what ifs when you're going to try to be a professional soccer player. So I quickly started seeing other people get into business, and I was always watching my grandparents. So I want to be that person for you guys that give you the reassurance to pretty much know, look, this is really possible with the commercial cleaning business, because it's easy to set up systems to where you could start getting clients, taking care of all their needs, and also scaling it with not much time on your end if you're just setting it up properly. So for me, seeing them have a very successful business, that's my main reason why I wanted to start there. And it quickly took off. And it was one of the best choices I've ever made. And then from that business, we've been able to create other businesses like construction companies. We created our medical spa that me and my wife do together. We do, real estate, obviously, and that's one of the main things that have been fueling all of this is honestly the real estate. But I wouldn't have ever been able to buy it if it wasn't for the commercial cleaning business. So the simple fact of the matter is that, once I saw them doing it, I easily convinced myself that I can do it as well, and I saw what they were doing. They were sitting in the office making cold calls daily. I remember seeing my grandparents sit there in their office making cold calls, and, they're grinding it out. And, they had their own office. They were making about $400,000 a month. And this, a year. And this was back in like 2000, this is a long time ago. This was early on. So seeing them, they ended up buying a 40 acre property. They have their kids, building on it. My mom never did, but my grandma, she bought a lot of land, and she did this all with the commercial cleaning company. So, I always had that visual in my head from people that were actually doing it. So it's easy
This is Daniel
to
Zoom
persuade yourself to do it
watching it.
once you see it. So I want to be that person for you guys. So once we started the process of reaching out to people and introducing myself, that's really what really changed the game. And it took a lot of me just getting out of my comfort zone. Like if you're not willing to get out of your comfort zone, you're not going to succeed. And I want to make this a little bit interactive today because I've been talking to a lot of people on our end, and they're like, I'm happy with where we're at, but to be honest, I know we could be doing more, and I know we could be doing better. And I asked them, like, how many people are you? If you're really not happy, are you reaching out to people? Are you following up with all your prospects? Like, what are you really doing to get your business to the next level? Because at the end of the day, whenever we were the first year, it took so much effort. It took a lot of, like, literally me doing the calls myself, 100 calls a day, and following up with the people. I would literally wake up at 6 a.m. and go to 11 a.m. and I would just make cold calls. I would follow up with people. I would keep a list of people that were interested in moving forward and people that were obviously, paying for our service already. So just doing this over and over again. Most of you guys in here that are paying for it, but I'm talking to the people that are interested in getting the business going, because we have a few people, new people, and we also have some also people that were wanting to start other service businesses besides cleaning companies that I've been getting a lot of messages about, like landscaping companies and doing like I had this guy that was asking if he should open up like a poop cleaning up company where they're literally going in people's backyards and cleaning poop. So I mean, there's just so many different things you can do for recurring services. But I mean, honestly, commercial cleaning has been the fuel for a lot of the things that we've been doing. So when we get into like real estate and doing all that stuff, it really comes from having that passive income to be able to use it for the real estate and use some income that's coming in that we have available, instead of just using it for things that we don't need, like cars or clothes and stuff like that. We don't really buy stuff like that. I'm not big into those material things, so for the most part, I've been buying so much real estate when it comes to like multifamily. We're starting to buy our first massive properties, 30 units and above. We've been doing developments, and it all came from just having that passive income revenue from a simple cleaning business. So what helped us get there, guys, obviously, is basically just taking those steps daily and actually putting it into action. Because a lot of people, say they're going to do these calls and say that they're going to, do it on their end, but they're not actually doing it. So I would suggest, if you're not happy with your current situation right this second, you should definitely be doing at least 100 calls a day if you want to scale properly. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions in the chat, guys. I'm talking to Instagram people right now, but I'm also the people on Zoom. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions about what I'm talking about. We're gonna get this one a little interactive. So let's see who's in here. Jay, what's up, Jay?
How are you?
How you doing, man? So, can you tell everybody, like, I want everybody to hear a little bit of everybody's story, especially if you're
Okay.
trying to take it to the next level. It really helps whenever you hear other people's story, especially whenever they're succeeding and they're doing well
Yeah.
and they're starting it from the bottom. Can you explain a little bit what you've been doing on your end with your business?
Well, really, just I haven't been doing cold calling. I'm gonna be transparent. I need to step that up. What I have been doing though is literally going door to door. Um,
Yeah.
just just if I get an account in an area, I will use association and go to one of those house or one of those businesses and say, "Hey, I got an account down there. We've been here for such a amount of time, and I just wanted to know, like, do you have somebody helping you clean your facility?" And they'll say, "Yeah, we got somebody," or "No." And that's really what I've been using some of the stuff that you guys have been saying. So one of the things that I always do ask them is say, "Well, I'm glad you got it taken care of. Now, let me ask you, if there's one thing that you would want to change about the service that you currently have, what would that be?" And then
Yeah.
they start talking, and then we go from there. So
Yeah,
that's what
that's
I,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what else do you do besides doing like just door to door? Do you do any kind of like ads or anything like that? Are you
Well,
buying leads?
no, no, and I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I have not been because I still have not found that balance between getting accounts and having people put in those places. So
Yeah.
I've been hesitant. So like I right now I have about when I first started with you guys, I think I had one account. I have about eight or nine now.
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, so like we're doing okay, but I definitely it's not where my vision is.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. And how
Yeah,
many years have you had your business for?
2 year. Well, yeah, 2 years now.
That's good though, man. That's really
Yeah,
good. I mean, you can't complain about that. You just gotta. And what area are you in?
I'm in the Canton area,
Okay.
so I typically work in Canton and Akron. So I'm trying to get into floor care now too because I see that's a
Yeah.
big ticket item.
That's good, man. I like hearing that story. I mean, we're 10 years in, and I mean, 2 years we're only had like I remember 2 years I only had like 50 clients around that time, but I was doing, man, I'm not kidding though. I was doing so many cold calls. By that time, I already had two full-time cold callers, and I was
Right,
making good money. But it really that's why I just like want to hear people say because you could do the same thing, man. I didn't
yeah,
do anything special. I was just getting a lot more opportunities. I mean, I was told no more times, obviously, but. We're not like professionals at closing deals. We just give people good deals, and we're making a lot of offers. So I don't
right.
see why you can definitely get to the next level. You can probably double that by the end of the year. What's your goal for the end of the year, as far
My
as like your income? What do you want to be making by the end of this year, profit in your pocket?
that's it. Yeah, I was gonna say because revenues are profit. I want to be making profit the first like starting now going forward to the end of I guess the cycle would be about 155 to 200,000.
A year?
Yes,
Yeah.
right now, like
Yeah.
in the next like for the next year or two, if I'm there, I would be on track to getting, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's
150,
good. That's
2,000.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So yeah,
I
man,
mean
I'm gonna
200,000.
hold you. I'm gonna try to hold you accountable on that. I'm gonna be reaching out to you and stuff. So
Okay.
don't get annoyed whenever I'm texting you.
No, I won't.
Yeah, me and Luke will be bothering you on that because yeah, you can easily do that, man. Just pick up the phone and make those calls. Let's see, Luke's on here. What's up, Luke? Appreciate that for talking about that, man.
Yeah.
Jay. We'll keep in touch, but that's a good goal. Let's keep it going. Let's see who else is in here. Carol. Hey, Carol. Can you talk right now, or are you just listening? I don't know. Hey, Carol. How are you doing?
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi,
And
Deb. This is
Robert, her husband.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, guys. Can you talk real quick?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So, how long have you had your business?
Um, so I registered it in 2022.
Hmm.
So this would be the third year. And it's just been pretty much like I remember last time we spoke, I told you we're we feel like we're on the runway waiting to take off.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
awesome. So how many commercial contracts have you been able to land so far since you started?
Um, um, one. We were doing a salon for a little
Yeah.
over a year. Yeah.
Well, we'll be glad. Yeah, I mean, anytime you need it, just reach out to me or Luke because we want to get you as many contracts as you need to, bring in the money that you need right now. Because at the end of the day, all of our bills need to get paid. And I remember whenever I was just getting started, we had like, I was literally broke. I just got engaged. Had a baby. I was living with my parents at the time, and I was 21 years old. And I was like, what do I need to do to reach the next level and bring some revenue in? I needed it at the time. So a lot of people, I mean, we just wait for when we need to make it happen till, until we actually put in the work. So
Yeah.
whatever you need, let us know. We can kind of give you the information. For us, and I just simply picked up the phone and made some calls. So the one contract that you have, what type of facility is it?
It was it like a hair salon
Oh, hair
uh,
salon? Yeah, I
place. Yeah.
mean, hair salons are really good ones to go for. I like I said earlier, cold calls have been what we've been using to just simply call them because it's free. So if you have time, make sure to just make those calls and tell them, hey, I'm Carol with,
Yeah.
such and such, and I'm just reaching out to see if I can speak to whoever's in charge of the cleaning. And
Right.
you're basically introducing yourself. And I would say if you have a goal as far as like your monthly revenue goal, just hold yourself accountable for that and reach out to your local salons and let me know if you need help with that as well because we can help you with that.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, we have a question. Bobby was asking, like, so, I mean, we're in Pennsylvania, but the thing is, where we live, I think that's the contributing factor. I think it's our location. So we
oh, for
really
sure.
Because we're from New York originally. We just moved to Pennsylvania 4 years ago. So I feel that I really would like to have my target audience in New York and New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that. Pennsylvania is one of the hardest markets.
Right.
Luke can attest for that. He's always dealing with the VAs and all of our people
Yeah,
that we're using to, as far as like we have a lot of people that are in like New Jersey. We have a lot of
yeah,
people that are trying like different things, like even doing ads and doing
right.
like I think someone was talking to me earlier from he's from California and he's on Fiverr using VAs. And he was paying them like $2,100 a month, and they're only calling 1,000 people. And
Wow.
he's joining our partnership Friday because we're
Yeah,
doing 4,000 calls for less than half his price, pretty much.
yeah.
And you just got to I think you're gonna get it eventually. Just start calling more of those facilities like salons. You should just be calling a lot of salons if you're making some money from those. And Pennsylvania is definitely a tough market. Luke can
They
attest
don't
to
they don't
that.
I was
they
gonna
don't
ask you guys. I'm
appreciate
sorry.
our work. I think that they don't appreciate it. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
cleaning
Yeah, yeah.
that.
Well, what you can do, honestly, if you have family, this is what I tell people that are in markets that are hard. Look for a service that a lot of your local companies are paying for, whether it's like ordering products, whether it's like landscaping, power washing, and just make that one of your top sales products as fast as you can, because they're already all paying for something. All those big buildings in your area, or they might be paying more for something else. Maybe they don't take pride in cleaning. A lot of people in Dallas and different markets like Florida and California, everybody's like so like in tune with like their cleaning, and they're everybody's paying for it. So it's easy for us to sell that. Look for something over there in Pennsylvania that's easy to sell, and also try to find somebody, if you have anybody in a different state that
Mm,
you could partner up with. We can also do that as well. We've helped some people do that in different states that aren't as busy as what they want to be. So you can have, if you have family members in different states, we can start walking them through the process for you. Doing your calls in different states and helping you find accounts in different areas that you're not able to be at. But as long as you know somebody, we can start connecting the dots on that.
right. Okay.
But what were you going to say, Jay? I heard you say something.
I was just going to be a question because I'm originally from PA and I'm thinking about going back. Y'all say that. So, what can you speak to a little bit about what's difficult about that area? Well, and I don't know if I'm from Southwestern PA. I'm from Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
so I don't know if it's the same
Well,
thing.
I mean, honestly, man, I mean, I'm not like we don't have. I'm always straightforward with everybody as far as like our members. We don't have that many people in every state. Like we keep it pretty exclusive. So like in Pennsylvania, I
Okay,
think we only have like 3 or 4 people, and
I
we
got
just
you.
see that their walkthrough count is much less. Luke, what do you think as far as like Pennsylvania? How many people do you think we have in Pennsylvania? Like,
Right now, we only have two.
yeah, okay, so and
And,
those
and
and
so,
those 2 people, they're seeing less walkthroughs than everybody else, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just because like the certain industries or if it's just super saturated and they like the mom and pop shops over there.
okay.
But yeah, I definitely find like come sure the services over there everybody needs. Like I'm sure if it's floor care, try to find floor care services, or if it's power washing or window cleaning. I know it gets colder up there, so that might not be the best one, but I try floor care services or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, for
Okay.
sure. I mean, anything you can do. I mean, you can do painting. We just got a painting job over here in Dallas. It's like 18,000, and they're just paint. They needed to paint their offices, so we put a quote in for that. I mean, you can do
Wow.
anything. I mean, if you have just a cleaning business in general, I would suggest to create another business like a LLC with like something that can, you can keep it like kind of like aligned with it somewhat. Same name, but just create something where you can have a more general service offer that you're doing as far as maintenance and everything. Like this guy has from California, we're about to partner up with his business calls. It's called Maintenance Building Services. So that's a pretty good one. What's up, Christian?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, bro. So how are things going with you? Do you have a commercial cleaning business or a maintenance business of some sort?
Yeah. So I have a commercial cleaning business out here in Oregon. I'm definitely not, very big. Obviously, that's why I'm here. Trying to grow my business. I've been doing it since 2020. Not fully though. I was doing it part time while working full time. 2020, got tired of working for people and
Yeah.
seeing how, how little my paycheck was for putting in 40 hours a week. Um, and so I decided to make the leap actually with a business partner, which worked out very well for 4 years. But we ended up parting ways because it just didn't work quite as well
Yeah.
as we thought it was going to, which is tough.
Yeah.
It's hard when you try to do something like that. Um, but so we split the business up, and I currently have about 10 accounts that I clean regularly. I do have um, two employees, not subcontractors,
Yeah.
because it's what I thought was the way to go. Obviously,
Yeah.
I've watched your videos, and I've learned a little bit. Moving forward, I will absolutely be doing subcontractors
Yeah.
because I do not want to have to be the one doing all the work all the time, and I
Yeah.
also have to pay more in taxes.
For
Um,
sure.
so, anyways, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Learning a lot as I go. Trying to just grow it as best I can. So
That's good. And in Oregon, that's I don't think we have anybody in Oregon. Luke, do we have anybody in Oregon right now?
Yeah, we call for Christian.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Because we have a lot of new people in here. I'm looking at all these people over here on the right. So that's awesome, man. So in Oregon, as far as like the commercial facilities that you have now, what type of facilities are your most popular?
it kind of varies. I have a freight broking company. I have dentist office. I have a couple gyms. I have not restaurants, but a
Yeah,
restaurant they sell restaurant equipment.
yeah.
A lot of office spaces,
That's
a lot
good.
of just normal
Yeah.
office spaces. Yeah,
So
real estate
most of them are
offices.
five. Are they like 5 day a week services for yours so far?
I have several twice a week, one 5 day a week, and then a bunch of once a weeks, and a couple every other week. I'll be honest, I really like the once a week because you can get more from them. Obviously, you're only in there, one versus
Yeah.
five, but you can get more from them, and if you can stack up, 8 to 9 once a week accounts,
Oh, dude, we love those. Those are our favorite ones. Once a week,
yeah,
twice a week. I mean, those are easier to
yeah,
manage and they'll stick around for a long
right.
time.
Right. Well, and it's also like not as, obviously you don't ever want to talk about losing clients, but if you lose a once a week versus a five
Yeah,
nighter, it hurts, it doesn't hurt as
exactly.
much as a five nighter,
Yeah, I
So,
know a lot of
um,
big companies that had like 5 or 6 massive contracts and they lose one or two and they got like everything's falling
oh
apart.
no.
So like you
Oh,
got to keep that
yeah.
difference going as far as like small contracts, medium size, large. I mean, we're not scared of any type of contract. We'll do like even landscaping alone if they're already taken care of with their cleaning. So we just started
Right.
getting into that. So that's good, man. Thanks for explaining all of that. So as far as your goals, what is your goals is for the end of this year? What are you trying to reach as far as contracts? How many
Um,
contracts are you trying
I
to get land?
I would love to double what I'm at. Um, Obviously it depends, the size, obviously. But I think if I was able to double it, that would be a good stepping
And
stone
then,
for
so as
me.
far as your cleaners, how many people do you have ready to go, or are you already like in that process of trying to find more?
Yeah, so I do have two subcontractors that I could have
Yeah,
ready to go immediately.
that's good.
Um, for me being so small, I think I would have to start where initially I'm doing the cleaning,
Yeah,
till I get to that 20 to 40 to 50 account or client mark,
yeah.
just because taking just a little bit off the top wouldn't quite cut it for me, at least in
Especially
the
if it's those
beginning.
smaller contracts, but like at the end
Right.
of the day, those are so easy to do. Like me and my wife used to go knock them out in like an hour.
Yeah.
So easy to
Right.
do.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. And that's definitely the goal. To just keep gaining, and then as I'm gaining, then hand off, subcontract out. Um, I I watched a lot of your videos and listened to you talk about it, and that just makes the most sense, especially if you want to retire at any
Yeah.
point. So,
Yeah,
you
man.
know,
I would. That's what I was about to say. Is it would be the best thing for you is just to start connecting with those people in your area that actually want to do the cleaning. That'll be the
yep,
best thing ever. You'll be ready to just start delegating all those new contracts that you're going to start landing. That's
right.
awesome, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then once you have the thing is once you have 50 good people that want to work for you and do cleans for you, I mean, you're going to make money. You just it's all about connecting the dots at the end of the day. So that's awesome.
right, right. Thanks again. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. Well, we'll be talking soon.
Yeah, sounds
Let's
good.
get on a call and talk some more. If you need anything, just let me know. Luke, do you have
Definitely.
anything you want to touch on?
I mean, I kind of like hearing what everybody's story is and kind of the struggles that everybody goes through.
Yeah,
Um,
for me, on what he had to say about the doubling and that's definitely possible. I wanted to mention that you can double your 10 clients 100%. So we'll be glad to be a part of that. Ivan, what's up, Ivan?
Um,
Ivan's see if he's on here. I know some people texted me said they're going to be working, so if you can't talk, let me know. Veronica, are you available?
Hello, can you
Hey,
hear me?
Veronica. Yeah, I can hear you. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Are you busy right now? Can you talk for a second?
No, I can talk. I
Okay,
can talk.
cool. Awesome. Yeah, I know some people were saying they were working and doing some cleans while they were on. So if you can share a quick story about, pretty much why you started a cleaning company and just kind of go from there as far as, how many clients you have and what your goals are.
So, I started the cleaning business just to have an additional stream of income in preparation. I'm already thinking retirement. I'm ready to be prepared for that. So, I just wanted to look at some other avenues, and this was one thing that came up. And I looked at a lot of different people for remote cleaning, and I came across you guys, and you guys started doing the calls for me and everything. And I didn't really think about commercial space until I saw you guys. So I was just trying to be open because I was also getting calls for commercial. I was doing mostly
Yeah.
residential, so I decided to go ahead and take the leap. And when I partnered with you guys, just so you know, I started a little bit towards last year. I can let you know that at least three of the walkthroughs that you guys secured for me, I now have contracts on, and
Awesome.
some of them are apartment complexes, and other um, apartments within their management company are now looking to work with me. So
Oh, good.
that's been pretty cool. So my goal for this year is to at least add one commercial contract a month, because I'm still doing this part time. I have a full
Yeah.
time, but I figure if I add at least 12 more clients this year, I would be super happy to have that happening. Yeah.
You can do it. You can definitely do it. I mean, we're here to definitely support that. As far as like the people that we've already seen so far, I mean, we've already seen people quit their full-time jobs and do this full time. So I 100% believe you can do that. How has it been so far with the clients that you have? Are they pretty easy to manage?
So it's been a little bit of everything. So I just want to tell you guys, like, I think one of the main things that you guys instilled in me was to be open to whatever they want you to do. So a lot of times when I walked into the apartment complexes, they asked for so many other things outside
Yeah.
of cleaning. So I've just been really open to try to take on those different projects, which has definitely helped with the bottom line with a lot of the projects that I'm doing.
Mhm.
And probably one of the larger ones that I landed, I started talking to you about this in December, but things just got super busy. I took on an apartment building, and they also had construction along with it.
Mm.
And I knew several general contractors, so I brought them on to the project. And now it's a 334 unit building.
Wow.
And so far, we've done construction on 30 of those units. And now we're continuing to do construction. And I also do all the post construction cleaning for them. And I also do their quarterly cleaning in that apartment. So, um, be open.
Yeah,
If
for sure.
anybody said I
Yeah.
was nervous, but I just tried to put my project management skills to use,
Yeah,
and I went for it. So the
that's awesome.
opportunities there. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm glad I called on you because I wanted to talk about apartment complexes because that's literally what we're seeing across the board. People closing deals on these large apartment complexes and they're making a lot of money. So I'm so glad for you. What other things that have been coming up besides that? Because that's some awesome information for everybody because a lot of people are scared to get into different services because you don't really know much about it, but whenever you can just connect the dots for people and look for those and actually set it up, look for those people that are doing a good job at painting or whatever it may be. You're doing construction, whatever that is. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do to just connect the dots for people. So yeah, I'm glad you got out of your comfort zone on that and move forward with that because it's just so much money you can make from that. And we've seen it across the board. People do painting. I met a guy the other day. He has a business in California and Las Vegas, and he's pretty much doing all painting now. Like he went from starting to do cleaning, and he landed a couple massive contracts to where he connected his dots, and now he has a massive painting crew. And they have like a $4 million business, and they're basically going in there and doing make ready like move-ins for apartments only, and they're painting and just doing the deep cleans. That's all they're doing. And he has like thousands of units that he's doing now. And I met him at this event in Las Vegas, in Los Angeles, and he was just talking about how he wasn't really sure about getting into the apartment world, but it was like the best choice he ever did. So I think a lot of people tell us all the time not to target apartment complexes. So that's crazy. But
Yeah. Well, the so I'm actually I have two more apartment buildings starting in a few weeks. And not only do they want us to do the move and move out cleans, but they were interested in groundskeeping. So um I said okay. So I put out an ad and I got about 30 people. So I will
that's
be doing
awesome. Yeah,
groundskeeping for that. But my goal is I'm gonna keep doing the apartment complexes, but I would really like more offices
for sure. Yeah,
if I could
recurring,
get
easy
those.
revenue. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to get more of those.
Yeah, the
On
goal is to get that. Like we literally, whenever I decided I want to get 1,000 transactions coming in every month, like I drew up an Excel sheet of 1,000, literally numbers 1 to 1,000, and I was like, how many people can I get to pay me every single month? And the biggest thing that I saw where people were staying on there the longest was obviously the reoccurring services. So I always stuck to the office stuff. So we'll definitely, yeah, we need to start reaching out to some more offices for you as well because apartments that will get pretty busy. But as long as you keep the people as far as workers coming in, and you're always bringing on more people, you should be able to take it on. So that's
but
good that you're getting all those people
yeah, I
from
think
your
someone asked
ads.
me like what the margin is. So on average, if I go on with groundskeeping, I've seen like monthly groundskeeping has been anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 a month just for doing their groundskeeping. And then whatever move in and move out cleanings that they have or want us to do. So, that's going to fluctuate as far
Yeah.
as that is going to, as far as that's concerned. But that's once again just being open and also keep in mind apartment buildings like power washing came up, all those different things kind of
Oh yeah, we had a
start.
lady, Miriam. Is Miriam on here? I don't think she is, but she started a security company because she started getting a lot of requests on that, and she just connected the dots on that. Her brother was actually like a police officer or something like that, or a security guard somewhere else. I can't remember, but they started up a security company, and now they're doing that for a lot of commercial facilities. So yeah, definitely got to be open minded. Let's see, apartments. I mean, we get really good margins on that. Let's see who else we should bring in here. Thank you for that, Veronica. Let's talk soon.
So I
Yeah,
know I'm
I'm
learning.
coming to your event. I should see you and Caroline.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. We'll definitely. That's what I was. We can talk about that as well. We're gonna be in. I forgot where it is. Honestly, it's in March, but we'll definitely be there. So I'm glad you're gonna show up.
Yep, you're not too far from me.
Yeah.
Let's see. You
No,
had a question, Carol?
yeah, no. I just had a comment. I'm actually learning from what Veronica said and what you're saying because I just had this thing like This all I know. I'm going to be doing cleaning, but I didn't realize that I can partner with, say, painters, or because I see them a lot. I
Yeah,
didn't
and that
know that.
came up for me whenever I was like started the cleaning, and people started asking me for other services, and I was like, you know what, I got a guy that told me the other day that he does painting, and he was like, he showed me some pictures. He actually did some really good work, and I was like, let's start connecting the dots. I asked him, hey, do you have a contract, or what are your prices for commercial? And he was unsure. He had no idea what he should do. So I was able to help him a little bit, with his proposal. I submitted the proposal for him, and I, just upcharged just a little bit, made like $500, and it kind of like put a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, we can probably do this with thousands of other services that are out there. So I started quickly going to events, doing networking in the city, trying to get with people that were doing landscaping, residential cleaning. I mean, you see people on the side of the road painting homes and doing stuff like that. I would always stop by and get their card and try to figure out, who those people are. And if they don't have a structured business already, those are the ones that you kind of want to partner with, because you can start connecting the dots with them and helping them fix their systems and their processes, and also, have them as a good resource to start providing, painting. We build homes now. Like we do, I went from
Wow.
trying to do cleaning to now we're building homes for people. Luke is pricing out a job right now. It's like a 6,000 square foot home that he's going to help this guy build. He has a lot. He's already ready to go. He's got his loan, and we're basically going to just connect the dots because they know that we already have those services, those people that we've already done jobs with. We have a relationship built with them. So just start doing that. Going to look at those people's their work is also something you can should do with your time, especially if you find someone like painters. Though that's a really big service. I mean, you don't want to jump into something unless you know they're really good at it. So just
Yeah,
don't just jump into to things. You have to actually like go to their job sites and make sure they're doing a good job. But once you do that, there's no reason why you can't make tons of money on that.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I thought it was just this is all I do is cleaning. I learned something today.
That's
It's really,
good.
Yeah, so Carol, just as
yeah,
he said, the people that I picked to do the construction work
yeah,
were people that I knew and people that I had already seen their work. And I
right.
just asked them, were they interested in the opportunity?
Okay.
And they were willing to do it. So,
Oh yeah, for sure. They want more work, and most people like they're scared to get into commercial because they don't have those clients and they're just used to doing residential. So I like targeting people that were kind of doing residential work, but we would go to the bottom of the Google list and pick the people that were up and coming and help them blow up their business as well. So yeah, definitely start doing that. Let's see what else is in here. Paula, how's it going, Paula? Are you able to talk? Let me see if she's able to talk. Let's see, where's Jill? Is Jill in here? What's up, Jill?
What's up, Daniel? It's Gil.
Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. So, like, tell me about how things been going. I know you have some pending contracts about to be signed. Have those been solidified yet?
I'm working on one right now. We have to revise it because
Yeah,
when I went to the initial walkthrough, they said general cleaning would be suffice. So that's why they wrote the proposal and gave the prices for it. And then when the crew got there, they're like, "Oh no, we wanted you guys to make it look like a model unit. You have to get like detailed."
yeah,
So
yeah.
then the crew's like, "We'll do it," you know. So, but it's like, okay. So they gave me the auditor because I never heard of this before, but they have a person who goes through and audits the unit after it's been cleaned.
Yeah,
So I'm like, okay, give me that auditor's list. I go, that would have been helpful in the beginning if you
yeah.
gave me that. This way I know how to price it out. So me and the crew, we kind of talked about a price and agreed upon,
What type of
what we should
facility
ask
is
for.
this?
What's that?
What type of facility is this one?
It's a 208 apartment.
Okay, and yeah, I'll tell everybody real quick. Gil is pretty new into this. Tell him your story about like where you came about starting this business. I think you said you were reading a book and someone said to start a commercial cleaning business, and he was really successful, and that was his kind of where he started his whole journey.
Yeah, it was a guy named Bob Proctor. He's all about mindset, and that's how he got it. He started a cleaning business, and he went making from like $4,000 a year to making over $1 million a year in a few
Yeah,
years. And this is back in the '60s.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, I got some capital from my other business.
I'm
Let
gonna have
me.
to read that book. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, it's Born Rich is one of his books. It's really good. But yeah, so then I was like asking different people across Facebook, how do I start a cleaning business without me actually doing the work? And everybody's like, no, you got to do it yourself. You got to start from the bottom. I'm like, no, that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I just kept on searching, and somehow somebody told me to join your group, and I started following you guys for a while. And I'm like, okay, let me reach out to these guys and see what's going on.
Yeah, you were quick into action, man. That's what I loved about you. You were like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. Let's get it going. And so, have you closed a contract yet so far, or we just got some pending ones? Because I know you're only like a month or two in.
Yeah, I got one that's pending. Like I said, the 208. We're just
Yeah.
revising the price for deep clean. So
Yeah.
he's going to send it over to corporate, and once it gets approved, then we're on board.
Awesome. Awesome, man. That's good. So, what so far? What have you got out of like the cleaning business? Like after going to these meetings and talking to these people, what do you think about the business now? Because you just
Uh,
jumped right into it. You didn't even know.
yeah,
You didn't even know nothing about the business.
no, I had no. I still don't have too
Yeah,
much,
yeah. You're still learning.
but I'm just going forward.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not that. It's just a matter of just kind of like going there and just talking to people,
yeah,
listening to them, see what they want. And as you do it, you get to have more information, more knowledge. Like now, I know the next walkthrough for apartment. Like, hey, do you guys have a cleaning sheet that you guys have specifications for? I like to
yeah,
look at that.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're gonna learn a lot on right hands on, like right away. So it's good that you're willing to hop into it and just learn as you go. Because a lot of people just put that off, and then it takes forever for them to get started on, taking the next steps because they're just kind of worried about what the unknowns of it all. But you hopped right into it, so
That's the only way to
kudos to
do
you,
it.
man. Yeah, good
Thank
job.
you.
Good job, man. So let's see, who else can we bring in here? And let me know, guys, if you have any questions specifically I can talk about. But I wanted to make this one pretty interactive because we've been seeing across the board people are pretty successful already, and I want other people to see that and hear it because a lot of times, people are kind of unsure on what they can accomplish until they see other people doing it. And this business is something there's millions of different businesses around that, especially people that are new businesses that are being built. There's just so much opportunity right now. It's like if you're not reaching out to people daily, you're going to lose out on a lot of contracts. Like just last Friday, we got like a couple walkthroughs, and it was just pretty much a slow day for the most part for everybody. But just those two walkthroughs that we got that day. I have 3 full-time cold callers too, so it's still getting 2 walkthroughs in a day is slow. And for the most part, those 2 contracts that we're going to get, I think we're going to close, and they're daycares. So just keep it going, guys. Has anyone done a walkthrough and been asked for a tool and chemical list that would be used in the cleaning? Yeah, we have actually, Jay. We've been asked that a couple times. You just put up put together like an Excel sheet of what you plan to use there. Sorry, I couldn't find the mic. Hey, Paula, can you talk now?
Yes, I am.
How are you doing today?
I'm very good. Thank you for calling me. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, no problem, no problem. So, how long have you had your commercial cleaning business? Can you tell us your story?
Yes, I'm start my commercial cleaning back in the 2022 with a purpose to be stay-at-home mom,
Hmm.
but I couldn't reach it yet. Um, I have my own contract. I have a subcontract that it bring me in 9,000, almost $9,000 a month.
Oh, wow, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, but I'm stuck.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
stuck
stuck.
working.
Yeah, that's definitely what happens when you're subcontracting jobs. You get a little stuck because you're not making as enough that obviously to pay out to other cleaners. So I mean, as long as you're paying the bills, that's all you need, for now. But we can help you grow the business for sure. What have you been doing so far to grow the business?
Um, Nothing. I'm trying to find out stuff on Facebook groups. That's where I got my subcontract.
Yeah.
But I'm here from Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. So it's not much time left to work on the business.
Wow. So what type of facility are you cleaning? Is it like 5 days a week, 7 days a week?
Right now, I'm cleaning. Somebody is providing for the BMW. It's a
Okay.
Germany company,
Yeah.
and they want me here from 8 to 4:30, Monday to Friday. And my husband is working on the subcontract.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, do you have anybody that that would want to clean with you, so you can take on some more contracts?
Yeah, no,
You
I
do?
do not.
You don't? Well, that's the next thing that honestly what you should try to start doing is just finding some other people that want to take on some more cleans. And then, obviously once you start getting some more contracts, you can get out of that cleaning job and have someone else do that for you. You might not make as much money, but if you can replace your income, faster
Exactly.
the better, so you can start growing it. Let me know, if we can help you any way at all with that. For me, we were just calling whatever business you have, like dealerships for us are really good. So I think you said it's a dealership. If I were you, I would be calling every dealership in the area, trying to get yourself in the door, letting them know, hey, I already cleaned other dealerships. Let me know if we can come out and give you a price. It's that simple. It's simple as that. But that's good that
Exactly.
you guys are already in the industry. What's your business name called?
24/7 cleaning.
24/7 cleaning, right? Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, if you try, you can easily get out of that. I remember whenever I was probably about the end of the first year, we were cleaning 7 days a week, and it was really tough. But I was making a lot of money because those were all of our contracts. So I wasn't really complaining. I couldn't complain too much because we were making quite a bit of money. But I was just saving up to start buying, rental properties and real estate and stuff like that. And we started hiring more people to do our cold calls and start getting in the door with more gyms, more daycares. We work with a lot of different title companies are really good for us as well. Just to name off a few companies that you can be reaching out to. But yeah, Paula, thanks for sharing that. What are your goals for the end of this year? Are you trying to get more contracts? What is your goal as far as revenue for the end of this year? Because you're already at
Well,
9K a month. That seems pretty good, but you're working a lot.
exactly. I would like to reach 16K a month. Um, I don't know if, yes, I know it's possible. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but yes.
Yeah, yeah. We'll definitely let's get on the call again. We need to talk about. We can definitely talk about what you can do to get out of that full time job and start making some money, so you don't have to work every day. Because this business is easily able to take care of pretty much all your bills, and you're not going to have to put too much time into it. We have over 300 contracts, and we're always just starting to get more requests for other services, and it's not impossible to manage if you have the people. So the first thing you want to do is start finding those people that can do the service, and then you can start taking on more work. Like that's what you have to do to make more money. So if you need help with that, let us know because we have few different ways that we're getting cleaners. We go on like Google, we'll go to the very bottom of the list and start reaching out to people. And we're basically calling them and asking them if they want to set up a quick Zoom interview. We can talk to them about like what commercial jobs we have available for them, and that's pretty much all we're doing to get more cleaners to join our team. And it's a very easy process. We're not having to go interview them at our office or anything. We're basically getting on a quick Zoom and asking them. Basically, what we want to do is ask them some questions and see them face to face without having to spend so much time and going to meet them at our office or spend an hour to talk to somebody that we see face to face and we're like we're not gonna have them going to clean our facility because you'll get a lot of different leads like on Indeed or all these different sites where these people you probably wouldn't want to hire and bring them into a facility if you're not there. So you have to be, very picky about who you're bringing into these facilities that you're closing, these contracts that you're getting. You can't just send anybody in there. So for us, we target residential cleaners. People that are already doing residential cleaning, we're reaching out to them all the time, and we'll set up about 10, 20 Zoom meetings a day. And basically, that's how we're setting it up. And if there's somebody face to face on Zoom that looks like somebody we would want to work with, we'll invite them into one of our facilities to come do an on-site meeting. And that's pretty much how we run the whole, onboarding process for us. And it does take a lot of time, but once you get the good, 50 to 100
Exactly.
cleaners, it's definitely worth it. You won't have to do it forever. We don't have to do it, as much as we were initially, but now we have subcontractors that went from, 3, 4 people to now they have 10, 20 people on their team because they just spread the word and, they brought more friends, families on that wanted to take on more reoccurring cleaning work, which is pretty easy to do. We have nurses
Exactly.
on our team. we have people that are doing like literally full-on jobs. They're working full-time, 40 hours a week, and their goal is to create a subcontracting business through our business because they see how much opportunity there is to work with this. Um, but yeah, Paula, do you have any questions for us or anything we can do to help you?
Nope. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Let's see. I've noticed apartment complexes have a workers' comp requirement for specific amounts. Yeah, there are some big apartment complexes that have qualifications as far as what you need to have for your insurance, but you can get around that. And honestly, it's worth it if it makes sense. Just do the math on what your profit will be, and if it makes sense to add on that workman's comp, just add it on. We have some big contracts that we have added it on for in the past. And if the numbers make sense, we'll pay the workman's comp, but we're only going to do it for those clients that we use for that facility. We're not going to just change our whole business model up for just one client. Luckily for us, we're entrepreneurs. You can have some W-2s, you can have some 1099s. It's not illegal to have both. So, if you're going to have to figure it out with your insurance people, they'll tell you how to do all that. But for the most part, it is possible to get those big contracts if it makes sense. To get workman's comp, we've had to get vehicle coverage, and we don't even have commercial vehicles in our business, but we've had to get vehicle coverage for some contracts. And it's not that expensive, but it's worth it if the numbers make sense. Let's see. Luke, do you have anything that you want to touch on as far as this week, as far as cold calls? I know there's a lot of people already on here that we're calling for, but I don't know if you've had anybody that said you should dive on something this week. But for the most part, I just wanted to talk about everybody else's success. I think we hit on that so far.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't call Monday for most people just because it was a holiday. We did call for a couple people to see kind of how it would go.
Yeah, I did get some questions about that. Yeah, some friends brought that up.
A lot of walkthroughs set yesterday. I think we had a little over 30 walkthroughs set in total. So, I mean, a pretty good day yesterday. A lot of people. I know we had two companies. They got 5 walkthroughs each, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, cold calling is a numbers game. Y'all know that. Most of y'all been with us for a little bit now, so y'all seen days, multiple days with no bids, and then you've seen days with 3, 4, 5 walkthroughs. So, just keep pushing. And those who aren't with us or with us part time, make sure you're doing your own cold calls too, because you don't want to stop the momentum just because we're not calling for you. Just get on the phone, dial. Getting rejected, saying no to is not a bad thing. You're just getting closer to a yes. So.
Yeah. Do your calls, put them calls in. Yeah, guys. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. I mean, we started at when I started, I was 21 years old, and now 10 years in where we're at, I truly believe everybody can do this. How do you go about generating your lists? What's up, Justin? Are there any programs you use? I mean, you can do all types of different things. We just go off of Google and we'll go over like Chamber of Commerce lists. We don't really buy lists anymore because a lot of them aren't really accurate, and we don't get as much results, and we're just wasting time making calls, and nobody's answering the phone.
Well, there's a lead scraper tool y'all can use too. It's a Chrome extension that's free, and it's called Lead Scraper or Chrome Lead Scraper. It's pretty easy to use. All you have to do is download it via your Chrome on a desktop. Can't do it on like an iPad or iPhone. And then from there, it's pretty the same stuff. Like you're just looking up the certain areas and the like dentist offices in Dallas, and then you're going to download it as a CSV, upload it into the Lead Scraper, and then it's going to automatically start downloading every single dentist in Dallas once you start scrolling down. And I'll make a video on it too. But
yeah, we'll make a video on that. But I mean, for the most part, if we're doing your calls, we create your list for you. I know we've already done your calls before, Justin. If you ever need it again, bro, let me know. I know you guys are getting it going on your own already. Because, I mean, we're here to help you guys regardless if we're doing the calls or not. But we know if you want to delegate it, we'll be here to help because we got the resources. But what was I going to touch on? Let's see. What was I going to say? So, yeah, Luke, are you good or what? You got it? Did you pretty much hit on everything?
Yeah, unless there's anything that anybody has questions
Can
on.
I ask a question, please?
Bobby
My
wanted
name
to
is
ask
Robert.
a question.
I just wanted to ask you, we came and moved from New York City. And what I noticed is in Brooklyn, even the hood, okay, the demographics has totally changed. And they can't build enough homes and professional luxury apartments in the middle of, you know, uh, uh, gang infested neighborhoods, but they don't care. And they actually, they can't build enough. And my question is this, right? How would I get my foot in the door? Because I've heard of people that they walk into the construction sites when they've just have a few pylons on.
Mm.
And if you were to understand Brooklyn, they have nothing but luxury apartments because they came from New York City
Yeah.
and turned the place upside down and right side up. So I want to know how would I go about? I mean,
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
to go to actually get my foot in the door, present myself, the credentials and what have you, and try to garner, contracts. And who do I speak to? Because I'm not afraid of knocking on doors, and also real estate. My wife used to be a
Yeah.
real estate agent, and get the move in, move outs, and like he had said before, network with people that are in the business and ask if they want a partnership with us. And
Yeah.
out here, in the desert, the only two places that I know that are up and growing, and I've seen them, is in Philadelphia, where there's a young people in the luxury area where they're moving in like crazy, and also Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is up and coming, and I was reading where they're actually going to sink $600 million in Pittsburgh, and
Wow.
be a lot of New York City where they're surrounded by water, and waterfront properties are always, to do. But right now, as it stands, I lived in New York all my life, and I can tell you the truth. I'm from the Bronx, right? And they got nothing but luxury apartments,
Yeah.
luxury homes.
Yeah, you should just, I mean, you said is there any job sites where they have like trailers over there or anything like that?
Are you kidding me? They got you go there, and all they have is trailers, winches, and they can't build enough.
Oh,
It's
wow.
the
Yeah.
next,
I would
next
definitely just go up there and show face. We get a lot of construction jobs like that as well. We just show up and give them our card. And sometimes we'll show up and they'll be like, thank you. Yeah, we actually do need somebody. So I'm glad you guys brought your card over. I've been looking on Google and some people aren't answering the phone. Some people are pissed off that I'm calling them.
yeah,
They're like,
right.
I'm glad you showed up and actually gave me your card. That's pretty awesome. So those are easy to get if you show up.
Now, what I'm willing to show up is that interviewing doesn't bother me. That's what I did when I was in IT. It doesn't bother me to do 1,000 interviews. So I have to do that. But a lot of times, what I do is on the outside of the constructions, they usually put a metallic, display what the building's going to be like before they actually build it,
Yeah.
and then their licensings and who they are, or the property owners. But I like to know, how do I go about and garner information to actually target who's running, the cleaning business, or who do they need, so I can go there and talk to the right appropriate persons.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you can look up that. You can. We normally call construction companies, like real big construction companies. We'll call them all in our local area because they probably got jobs local, but for the most part, over here in Dallas, there's just jobs everywhere. Just like what you're saying, townhouses being built in the ghetto areas of Dallas, and there's being $2 million townhomes being built. And yeah, we basically, if we were trying to target those jobs, we'd be going to the job site 100% and just
Okay.
talking to the workers and saying, hey, who's the person in charge? And that's pretty much what we're doing. And we have guys that will, like our salespeople that will want to do that. Luke stops by sites all the time, and he'll just drop by a card, and it'll bring in that revenue. The more times you do that, the better. I mean, if you don't have time to do cold calls and you're already out there, I mean, 100%, yeah, go drop your card off. And that's the most efficient way to do it. I don't think there's any site that can give you like exactly who's in charge, because most of those guys, like me, whenever I'm doing my real estate, you can't really. It doesn't even show who owns the property. Like we don't put our name on the any type of information. If you were to look up the website, I mean the address, you probably wouldn't even be able to find out that way either. It would be in some sort of LLC that probably doesn't even have a website. So, the main thing would be for those construction jobs, if you want to get in there quickly, just showing up and give them your card. So
Right.
that's awesome that you're willing to do that, man. I hope you land some big contracts. I know a lady that just landed over 100K construction clean the other day, and she was needing help pricing it out. It was just a massive job. It was going to take like a week, she was saying, but yeah, let's see. But yeah, Luke, I mean, I'm good. It's good talking to you all today, guys. Let me know. I mean, what we wanted to, basically get over to you guys today is like you can do it as well. It's not hard to create a recurring massive business if you just stick to the simple actions that you got to do every day, which are picking up the phone or going out to these job sites, pricing out the jobs correctly. The one thing that I'm seeing people fail on before we get off, one thing I'm seeing people fail on is not capitalizing on that first meeting. So once you go to that first meeting, you have to make sure whoever you're talking to that day that is in charge, get their information. Like you do not want to leave with just their email address or just their business phone. You want their personal phone. So try to use like softwares or apps where you can just connect your phone and there's like I think I use it's called Popl, Popl. It's an app and you basically will tap your phone to theirs and you'll get it'll send you their contact and it'll send them yours, and it's kind of like a CRM in your phone. So get that person's phone number so you can follow up. You don't want to get ghosted. There's times where people are getting ghosted because they don't have that personal phone number, and if you can just connect with that, you're probably not going to get ghosted. You just got to just keep following up. So that's a big thing. And the other thing is, making sure to price it correctly. So if you need help pricing out your jobs, let us know. We'll help you price out all your jobs that you're going into and just give you a second opinion, because if you're pricing out too much, you will lose those jobs. And at the end of the day, if you can just make sure you're generating at least $200 to $500, profit in your pocket after you pay your people, pay your cleaners from each contract. Once you start getting to that 30, 40, 50 contract level, you're going to, regardless if you're not making an arm and a leg up front, early on, but if you could start that process, it just create a much faster snowball effect. So make sure, even if you aren't making money on some deals, you're not making the money you at least want to be making. Start putting together those contracts that you normally would want to just walk away from, because if you're making, like I said, $300 from 30 people, you're already on your track to start making easy money, reoccurring money every single month. And like Christian said earlier, those small contracts where you're able to do once a week cleans, some people I know that are walking away from those and losing out on so much opportunity as far as like creating that reoccurring revenue business, because they're losing out because they don't want to work for $200 a month because they say that's not enough money, or $300 a month, whatever. So they're losing out on those opportunities to start creating that massive reoccurring revenue from even these small contracts. So price the jobs out correctly. Let me know if you need help pricing them out. We'll help you price all your jobs out. So it was good talking to you guys. I don't think we have anything else for today, but make sure to hop on next Wednesday. And like I said, text me anytime if you have any questions on pricing out any of those jobs. Luke, you got anything before we end this?
Nothing specific. Next week, I'll be doing the Zoom, and then I'll have something specific to go over. But this one was a good one. I think it's good to hear people's struggles, people's the wins that everybody gets. So you're not the only one struggling with specific things. So I thought this was a pretty good Zoom.
Sounds good, guys. Yeah, we'll talk next week. Y'all have a good rest of your week, and hit us up anytime. All right, guys. See ya.
Participants.
Okay, bye.